Driving the culture forward, this is HYPEBEAST Radio coming at you live from the HYPEBEAST Hotel in Palm Springs, California, day 2. It's a pleasure to sit down with Louis Brodinski.
Hello, thank you very much for having me actually.
Yeah, thank you for coming out, man. How have you been?
Yeah, pretty good, like I'm enjoying the nice weather over here, like even if it's really hot.
It is so hot.
It's definitely really different from Paris as a weather.
Yeah, have you come out to the desert before?
Yeah, I think it's my 5th time out here, but it's my first time playing the festival.
No way.
Yeah. So, I'm pretty excited.
So how different is it performing versus just visiting as a guest?
It's just, I came here with a few friends that played too, so I was like a bit, I already saw the behind the scene before, so I was a little bit ready, let's say, but it's still completely different and I definitely love it.
Word.
Yeah, so are there any other sets that you've been trying to hit while you're out here?
So I heard mostly a little bit of Future yesterday, Gucci Mane. I'm maybe gonna try and check out what's going on tonight. I know Kendrick is playing. So.
Was that your first time seeing Future?
No, I actually saw him in Paris a few times.
How was that?
Yeah, it was cool. I'm a fan, so what can I say?
You're a fan of Southern rap in general, man.
Yeah.
How did you? You grew up in Paris, right?
Yeah, I grew up an hour from Paris in a city called Reims.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I grew up.
So how did you go as a Frenchman? How did you get into rap and in Southern rap specifically?
I guess when the internet blew up, all the local culture that didn't exist except locally really blew up, and everybody had access to it, from anywhere in the world. So I discovered an artist and 2 and 10 and 20,
Yeah.
And because of that, I think it's what makes it, so particular, because you have taste of what you know what I mean? You're able to actually see what you really love and discover a lot of it, through the website, live mixtapes and my mixtapes and
Dat Piff,
definitely, So I'm downloading a lot of shit from there.
Yeah, so you started off the same way that a kid and...
Yeah, I would say definitely, and I got lucky enough to meet some people that learned me a lot about it, and after that I was maybe I'm gonna be able to play my part a little bit in that big, that big circle. It's such a huge culture, and I wanted just to be part of something bigger for sure, and not just do my own thing,
Yeah, were there a lot of people in France that were into rap with you, Southern rap in particular?
I think there is a crowd for sure in France. When I see people, so it's not especially Southern rap, but someone like Famous Dex. I saw a video recently of him in Paris, and people are going crazy for him. Gucci Mane for sure, Future.
Yeah, it's international now.
Thug, he's loved in Paris. People, they love him. So. Now it's completely international. Yeah. That's what makes it so, so interesting.
You were ahead of that curve because you were on the internet, kind of
Yeah. I think the internet definitely gave me the possibility to access a lot of information at the same time when I discovered it. And I would maybe had to take 10 more years to discover that much without it. Going to vinyl store, record shop, and discover all that music would have been maybe a bit more difficult. Before.
It's quicker.
So what was the first mixtape that really did it for you?
As rap?
Just Atlanta rap, Southern rap.
Or rap
for
in general.
Atlanta rap, that's definitely Gucci Mane.
Really?
For sure. He's a rock star. I love him I love his work and his craft and the way he works and his ethic and the way he's bringing other rappers with him and trying to help them too, and he's talking also, he's saying some wild stuff too, and when I listen to him, I'm just man, he's like a movie star. It's like watching a movie when you listen to him,
Yeah, I was about to say.
And that's what I love about him, I love how particular he is, for sure, as an artist.
We were doing an interview yesterday with a fashion designer, and as I'm looking to him to ask a question, Gucci Mane got out of a car, he got out of the black SUV, diamonds on. It's literally you're saying. It's well, I don't get starstruck, but I was just literally
it's
what?
It's there is only a few real stars, and I feel he's definitely one of them.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. So moving from France and then going to to Georgia to work on music, the first place you hit is DJ Drama's Mean Streets. Like, I mean, talk about that. Like, so was drama like very influential for you, like as a?
No, so I actually looked at studio online.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine knew someone at Main Street, so he brought us there. But I actually met DJ Drama the day after, but we met once. That's it, for like 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So no, not really. But he's someone I really respect. Like I have a lot of respect for him. DJ Scream that I met and that interviewed me. DJ Hoodrich Kim, Spin, Swamp, Izzo. I can shout out like so many DJs in Atlanta.
You've had a very like loose shout out policy. Like, go for
it. Okay. I just appreciate the work of so much of them, you know. So of course DJ Drama was so influential at some point, you know, for rap music, and I know he works with Lil Uzi Vert. He's still like working on helping people. Like, oh, what can I say about it? I'm so respectful about even the meaning of just helping someone else, you know.
Right.
So, and especially in music, for sure.
Yeah. So what were some of your favorite stories, like, you know, from your first sessions when you moved down there?
Oh, I have a few, but it's an interesting place because people just behave completely differently, and not bad or good, you know. It's just different.
Right.
So I learned a lot how to act, how to be. I'm just acting like the way I am, you know, but just not to, you know what I mean, like to be able to understand the culture more. I was watching and observing a lot, but I met a few people that are, you know, like real character, like Peewee Longway.
Yeah.
I had a chance to work with him, and he's
a legend.
You know, of course, you know, and he's such a character too.
The blue M&M.
Yeah, for sure. So him, Hoodrich Pablo Juan, and I'm doing a lot with, and we had a lot of time to hang out. So he's someone I really respect, and I also respect people that work. That goes to the studio every day. I think about Johnny Cinco, like how important for him is it to perfect his craft, and someone like Yaki. And of course, like I had a chance like that last year to meet 2 Chainz. I'm definitely
speaking of work ethic.
Chainz, you know? Yeah, for sure. And speaking of work ethic, I think he's definitely someone we can, you know, took as an example.
Yeah. I feel like, you know, the work ethic of, like, you know, Southern rappers is definitely like at an all-time high, because I mean they're churning out like mixtape after mixtape. You got like Future that are doing like, you know, double albums and stuff, and it feels like Thug is like has a mixtape like every single day, like, you know. So was it difficult trying to catch up to that speed when you're working with these artists?
Let's say compared to electronic music, the speed is so different, and the timeline and the retro planning are so different, and you can actually take. I would say you can take your time a little bit. In rap music, you have to rush at some point. Not all the time, but you know, like at some point you really need to put stuff out and prove something, you know, like impose your idea of what you want to do. And I feel like I'm definitely, you know, trying to put more stuff out, but I'm so particular. I want to get things mixed and mastered, and I want everything to be reworked the right way. That I think I still prefer like quality over quantity, for sure.
Yeah.
Word. And speaking of work ethic and work, I mean, we have to talk about how like Bromance recently closed its doors as a phenomenon. But that's an example of you pulling double, triple duty, trying to combine the sounds of like Southern hip hop, like we've been talking about, and like, you know, electronic music and your roots as a Frenchman. And so I was wondering, where do you see, what was the highlight of the Bromance phase of your career or your life so far?
Oh, you know, like Bromance, it's a beautiful story, and everybody that was involved was so amazing, you know. And I still, for most of them, like even all of them, we are talking all the time, and you know, like we are checking up on each other for project and everything. We created Bromance with my former manager Manu Baron, and we created for a reason that was helping people. And like we were just saying to each other, like, let's help people until they can fly by their own, you know. And so that's always what we did for 5 years. And I felt after that time that everybody that we helped during that time period took their own, you know, flew with their own wing. And because of that, like, it was beautiful to see, and I was like, I think it's time for something new. And also, I didn't want to continue a story and not be as involved as I was before, you know, and let something just pass by, you know. And I wanted, like, I wanted it to be a story that means something with a beginning and an end. And I wanted people to be like, why did you do that? I don't want people to don't care about it, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
And I feel like, like after putting everything on the table, talking with everybody, I was like, what's better than a new energy? You know, than starting something that coming from like what you have, like with you right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just all the way positive, for sure. And everybody I've been working with, I'm still working with them.
Right. It's not really like a breakup. It's like
not too much. You know, it's more like a
indefinite hiatus.
Like a evolution.
Evolution,
yeah. Like
Like
a transformation.
Yeah.
What we used to do.
Yeah. So let's talk about like the this new wave of energy for you, like from working with the YSL to like your latest EP, like like what do you feel is like very inspiring about this next phase?
So like me being down in Atlanta, my goal is to bring something different, not to be the biggest, or not to change what's going on, because I actually love what's going on, to be honest. But I was like, maybe I can play my little part and do something different, especially in terms of sound. And I'm producing a lot with hardware, with a friend of mine and a musician called Maelstrom, back in France.
Yeah.
And me and him are like working together on a lot of beats. And then I come to Atlanta, play all those beats that we do, like with hardware and like different type of like material. And I felt like I needed to bring a different sound, and especially that was what's going on in my head at the time. I was like, I definitely need to try at least to experiment and to go there and to have people actually work with me on something different and on the next step of what could be, something aside from what's going on in Atlanta.
So what do you feel is different about this new EP that you just released?
So me, I'm just, it's a long quest about sounds. So like last year I released Sour Patch Kid with 21 Savage, and I had the chance to work with also Young Nutty and Lodo Savage, Johnny Cinco, Hoodrich Pablo Juan, Jose Guapo, a few people from Atlanta that I'm a fan of, and they trusted me.
Yeah.
And they were like, open enough to come and like listen to what I was doing and let me explain. They let me explain myself, and explain my view on things and my concept of what I wanted to do down here. And they understood that I didn't come for to run off with it, but I came to build something down there. And I think it's cool. It creates relationships that definitely are valuable for me, because at the end of the day, like I wake up every morning and I just want to learn more. I just want to meet more people that I appreciate, that I love the work. I want to pick their head, I want to pick their brain and know what's going on,
So you moved to Atlanta for this project?
So I actually I'm back and forth from Paris to Atlanta since 3 years.
Wow.
I'm going there like a lot, and especially since like a year and a half. Like I'm going there like every month or every 2 months.
How different is it? Like you love Atlanta culture, obviously, but it's like, what's your favorite part about living in Atlanta at this point?
The music is definitely my favorite part.
Of course.
But then I love the people there. They're so cool, and the culture, the whole culture. They don't have... So of course, like people are going to tell you about the strip clubs and the culture around it. But also like the fact that the people are like really nice, really open-minded. And also they have a genuine artistic mind, and so the standard is really high. Like when you talk to people, it's pretty interesting, and I would say definitely that it's completely different from Paris for sure.
Wow.
The way people sing and the mindset is different.
Yeah. I just had a question. So like what is your dream collab, combining like all of the rappers from Atlanta? Like what would that sound like?
So for me, what's really the most important in a collaboration is that both people are excited about it. Like I think sometimes, and especially with rap, like I could ask someone oh, can I have a verse, or but
Yeah.
but I really want someone to be like, I want to work with you, know,
Right.
and I want to be with someone that's like, maybe let's say one day someone like Gucci Mane will call my phone and be like, I want to work with you. That's the only moment I want to work with him. I don't want to run after him because I want it to be in the right condition, I want him to be
Organic.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And I want him to be
Excited.
about it.
That's
So it's gonna be a better track,
Yeah.
I can't believe
Definitely.
Gucci Mane hasn't texted you yet. That's crazy.
Maybe one day, hopefully, like finger crossed. But I'm definitely, like it's a call. If you see me, Gucci Mane.
Yeah, please return your calls.
Please return
It's
your
not
calls.
desperate at all. I'm just
No,
saying,
it's fine. It's like, yeah, well, all things welcome. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
Definitely.
for sure.
Sure.
But Gucci, Future, Thug, but also people like CeeLo, and
The Dungeon family.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
like they're legends down there, and I think they're part of what make the city so weird, and what made people like Young Thug he's an artist.
Yeah.
He's such a on some other level, He's like he can do everything. I just study him as a fan.
I think everybody is studying Thug at this
Yeah.
point. Isn't that kind of like, we haven't had an artist as enigmatic as Young Thug or Jeffrey in like a really long time.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
think he's like he could be the subject of a few theses, of a few theses, because like he's such an interesting character.
Yeah.
He's just like shapeshifted several times in
And
the
he
past 2
also
years
has a
alone.
Pretty crazy work ethic.
Yeah.
About that, yeah.
And so what can we expect next from you? What should we be on the lookout for?
So I just released that EP, Brain Disorder, and I'm touring a little bit.
Yeah, you're doing the Coachella
promoting,
thing.
Exactly. But I'm working on a full project with Hoodrich Pablo Juan right now.
Wow.
So we're gonna have I'm not gonna say the number of tracks because I'm still working on it, but we're gonna have a full project together.
Nice.
So I'm like finishing up everything right now in terms of sound. I'm tweaking everything so it sounds like
We're still in the
exactly
final tweaks.
I want it. Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
He knows because he's always telling me like, I know I need to finish that track because I know you're gonna take 3 months to work on it. I'm like, yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Word. Well, it's a pleasure sitting down with you, man. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much
Thank
for
you
having
finding
me.
some time.
Man,
Really.
my pleasure.
Oh,
My pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for stopping
Thank
by.
you so much. Really.
Thank you. Really nice to meet you guys.
Great to meet you too, man.
Pleasure.